hello and thank you to all the 2 people that are gonna see this. Today I decided that I wanted to talk about The Last of Us Part 2. And you may be wondering why? No one asked. And the reason is I just finished the game and I was really surprised after finishing it that most of the reviews were very negative on YouTube. I finished it and I wanted to see some cute little video essays, but most of the results that popped up were very negative, and I was shocked because I loved the game. It was kind of infuriating. So I decided, why not make my own video about it, because I have a YouTube channel and I can post whatever I want to. Anyway, let me just get right into it,
Just a girl. Not a threat.
Ellie. I think they should be terrified.
In the story of The Last of Us 2, one finds not merely a narrative, but a poignant exploration of human frailty amidst the ruins of civilization. Within this world, Ellie, a teenage survivor, grapples with the profound loss of those that are dear to her, and you can see the toll that this takes on her psyche from the very first game, and that theme is explored throughout the second game. Central to this story is the wrenching moment when Joel, a newfound father figure that she had just begun to forgive and get close to again, is killed right before her very eyes. In the wake of this senseless violence, Ellie gets trapped in the grip of revenge. Her once vibrant essence now dulled to a singular consuming desire for retribution. It is a transformation that renders her a shadow of her former self, trapped in a cycle of rage that blinds her to the possibility of growth and redemption. It's revolting. It should be revolting. It should make the player mad and angry and sad. That's the point. Yet, amidst all this anguish, emerges the narrative of Abby, a figure haunted by her own past and her own demons, also driven by the thirst for vengeance. In her reckless pursuit for retribution, Abby too finds herself trapped in a web of her own making, pushing away all of the people that care about her, driven by one thing and one thing only: getting revenge for her dead father. You see her transformation obviously through her character and her actions, but why the is an ad playing? You see this transformation obviously in her character and her actions, but you literally see her transformation in her physical look. Once a very normal, regular looking teenage girl, now a muscular and intimidating woman. I'm not mad about it, However, it is only through the unexpected bond she creates with Liv and Yara amidst the chaos of their shared struggle that Abby glimpses a flicker of hope. In choosing selflessness over revenge, in choosing to let go of all the hatred that she has been thought to have towards Scars, she embarks on a journey of healing and redemption. She is painfully similar to Joel and Ellie, realizing too late that getting the revenge she seeked, killing Joel, did not actually fix anything. It only further damaged her, because during the entire time she was so focused on reaching her goal, her anger was consuming her and forcing her to be stagnant, not actually dealing with her father's passing. Later in the game, Abby lets Ellie and Dina go when she had the opportunity to put an end to everything, because now this is a character that understands and accepts that the path to liberation is not through violence. She knows that this decision would only damage her relationship with Liv, and that this is not the person that her father would want her to be. There would never be one last act of violence, because violence only generates more violence. By killing Ellie and a very pregnant Dina, she would not be any better than Joel and Ellie, and she would never be free of the burden of her past. Thematically, The Last of Us Part 2 echoes the refrain of its predecessor, underscoring the corrosive nature of violence and the redemptive power of forgiveness and love. Through the intertwined narratives of Abby and Ellie, and Joel, in a way, the game explores the profound complexities of human relationships, inviting the player to confront their own capacity for empathy and understanding. It forces the player to make terrible choices like killing a pregnant woman or an innocent dog, or leaving your family behind to go further pursue revenge. It is very hard to make these decisions throughout the game, yet it again emphasizes the said corrosive nature of violence. In the emotional culmination of the game, Ellie is confronted with the echoes of her own choices as she is forcing Abby to fight her. She is confronted with the stark realization that true liberation lies not in the pursuit of vengeance, but in the embrace of compassion and forgiveness. This is something that the player is forced to experience with all three characters, with Joel in the first game, with Abby, and finally with Ellie. It shows you the enduring power of empathy to transcend the cycle of violence, offering a path to true redemption and true growth. When she lets Abby go, it's because she finally understands that by killing her, she is no better than this person that she has hated, and most importantly, she is no better than Joel when he made the decision to kill everyone in the hospital. She recognizes the cycle and finally makes the hard decision to put a true end to it. "Our end is always self-made" is a quote that I think about a lot when I think of this game, because she could have killed Abby and continued spiraling down, sealing her fate as a ruthless, senseless villain, or she could let Abby go and choose life, choose love, choose to be better than the ones before her. It's an intricate story about how love can either save us or completely destroy us, because as people say, love and hate are two sides of the same coin. The final scene of the game is open for interpretation, I think. What I took away from it is that we see Ellie unable to play Joel's song on the guitar. Well, literally because she is missing two fingers, but metaphorically because she is missing a part of herself, in the sense that throughout the journey she has lost her humanity and her ability to understand forgiveness and real love. It symbolizes her losing her final connection to Joel, perhaps as punishment for the trail of violence and death that she has left behind, and a final erasure of Joel through her own actions. On the guitar, you can see a moth, which is the symbol of the fireflies. The image of the moth can be interpreted as the pursuit of all things light, like forgiveness, redemption, peace. You can see it as showcasing Ellie's new journal towards a better life, a symbol of rebirth. But, as Duckerman explained, it is also a symbol of death and compulsion. There's this idea of obsession and being drawn to the light and constantly pursuing this thing. Again, it's the firefly symbol. They presented themselves as freedom fighters pursuing a righteous cause, but in reality, they were no better than the people they were fighting against. Still in the final scene, we see Ellie walking away from Joel's guitar and going through a field illuminated by sunlight. This can be showing how maybe there is light after all, but maybe not the type of light the fireflies tried to cast that ended in so many bad choices and so much pain and suffering. On the other hand, she is walking in light right now, but she is headed towards the dark woods right outside her family home. Now, very quickly, before I end this, I want to talk about Joel's death. I think no matter how they executed this, there would always be people saying that it was poorly made or shouldn't have happened at all. What I heard a lot of people say is that the scene didn't work because it went against Joel's values. Truth is that Joel's journey was over. This was a character that found what he was missing and had grown. So there was not a story worth telling there, you know? You see, his death in The Last of Us Part 2 warrants a deeper exploration because it encapsulates not just a betrayal of values, but a profound evolution of character shaped by the passage of time and the shifting tides of situation. It is imperative to remember that the last time we saw Joel was over 4 years prior to the events of Part 2. In such a big span of time, there is a lot of room for individual growth and change, particularly when transitioning from very adverse conditions to a semblance of tranquility and stability. In the moments preceding Joel's tragic end, his life was based around one singular conflict: mending his relationship with Ellie, which he did just the day before he died. Against this backdrop, This decision to extend trust to Abby while they were in dire circumstances appears not as an aberration of judgment, but rather as a rational response born out of not only necessity and limited alternatives, but also out of his newfound values. The portrayal of Joel's altered ethos doesn't need to be overly showcased because it is an intrinsic facet of his character arc. The player should inherently know this, if not because of the fact that his new community-oriented lifestyle would most likely make him a less vigilant and ruthless guy, then because of the fact that the entire first game is about how his journey with Ellie changed him and his values. It made him open himself back up and embrace love. He becomes a softer, more compassionate man. This metamorphosis, though touching in its manifestation, ultimately renders his demise all the more tragic, as the very love that reshaped him and made his life better, a life worth living, proves to be his undoing. So, in essence, Joel's death in The Last of Us Part 2 is not merely a moment of betrayal or recklessness, but a culmination of his journey. A testament to the complexities of human nature and the continuous interplay between love, vulnerability, and fate. Honestly, as I played it, I thought it was very well made and it worked well, but that's just my opinion. I don't know. So, I guess to finish this up, all I want to say is that in its exploration of the eternal struggle between love and vengeance, The Last of Us Part 2 challenges players to grapple with profound questions of morality and agency. In my humble opinion, it is a narrative that resonates long after the credits roll, leaving an undeniable mark on those who embark in this tragic, sad journey. The boldness of the story and the way it tackled such delicate issues like death, grief, anger, violence, being trans, being gay, I guess, is something that I have not seen, or at least not this well made. So, well, all of this to say that I love this game. I thought the storytelling was really good. Sure, it was long, whatever. I loved it. It's my favorite game at the moment. So, yeah. Bye! Why would they do that to the lesbians? Why would they do that to the lesbians? Bitch, it is what it is.